What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us again back on West Coast POPCast, episode 56. It's your boy, Knock. I'm hosting this week. We got a lot of big things going on the channel, man, but this is our wrestling podcast. If you're just joining us, for anybody who's been rocking with us this whole time, thanks for subs, thanks for likes. We appreciate you. For any new viewers, I'm going to introduce the panel now. We got Zach, the champion of our...
Oh, no.
Zach, the former champion, and the funniest guy on the channel. How's it going, man?
It's a tough loss losing that title to Eric on an open challenge, but if anyone doesn't know, we do a predictions challenge for each thing, issue an open challenge. Eric took advantage of that for blood and guts, so he is the champ.
Yes, regaining his belt after losing at Mania. Anthony Rated R Wrestling called him the perennial champ. He's the longest rating, the most raids. The 1K streamer.
Champion.
Eric, how's it going this week?
It's going A-OK. Thank you all for watching. I can't wait to talk about AEW, Blood and Guts. Ooh, we got a lot to talk about there, but I'm doing A-OK.
Yeah, A-OK it is, man. West Coast Pop, we have a lot to unpack here. So let's start right on it. Eric, I believe you streamed Monday Night Raw once again, so taking that bullet. How was Raw? Because I saw none of it.
Oh man, I said it twice last week, and I thought about it, and I actually mean it. Raw was better than AEW this week. I had more positives from coming out of Raw than I did AEW. We had Raid Arcade Bro. That chemistry is off the charts. We have I was gonna say the New Day, but they set up the Randy Orton and Matt Riddle match so well. So for some reason, Riker and Elias don't. I don't know, they have awful vision. They can't see Randy Orton just standing there, so they throw tomatoes at him, rotten tomatoes, even though they're the freshest tomatoes I've ever seen. And Matt Riddle's timing is just perfect. There's that. We've got Braun and Bobby. I think they kind of cheated the fans on this one because all night they showed the same promo package of Bobby and Braun doing these like extreme rules, like all these crazy spots, as if we're gonna get that tonight, and it was just a simple match. So that was just robbery. But I don't know who the true face of this feud is. I don't know if it's supposed to be Braun or it's supposed to be Drew. It's a weirdly booked storyline.
Yeah,
it's very weird. It almost seems rushed, you know. But Zach, what do you think about Raw?
I didn't watch it. Eric was doing it. Fuck that.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a good recap from Raw. If you haven't seen, check out Eric's live stream, man. He plays games and watches Raw Mondays. So check out the last few streams. They've been doing well.
Last thing I'll say is Charlotte and Sonya can do anything. They have been A+.
Are they the MVPs of that night? Sonya Deville, man.
What was that? No.
Are they the MVPs of that night? Or is that going to Riddle, bro?
It's either them, Raid Arcade Bro, or the New Day for selling almost a different way for Mania, but still as good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Did you guys see the new Sonya shirt?
No.
Big DeVille energy. It's kind of like the tuxedo shirt. It's fantastic. I might even dip in and get it.
That's gonna be a high seller.
I dig it.
Her suit game is on point, man. She's the drip king of WWE. Sorry, Seth Rollins.
You see her look her up on the red carpet events. She has got the best suits.
Actually, before we move on for Raw, I gotta get your opinion on my boy Mansoor. So his winning streak is over? That?
So WWE does this all the time. They did this with like Vladimir Kozlov, Great Khali when they came in. Where like their winning streak ends, but they've never been pinned or submitted. So you're gonna hear that in commentary over and over. He's never been pinned or submitted.
I saw some of this online really quick. I didn't see a bell ring at all, and I didn't see a ref call for anything. So everything just kind of like evaporated.
I don't know. I was streaming it, so maybe I didn't hear. I thought I heard the bell start the match. Yeah, but maybe
it started, but it didn't end. Like the match never ended.
Okay. We'll see. But they haven't mentioned that that's a weird thing. They haven't mentioned his 51 win streak yet on Raw. So maybe Vince doesn't even know it exists.
Maybe not, honestly. They tend to forget sometimes when people cross over. That's why make it so complicated. Just do it straightforward, man. Come on. Go ahead.
Oh, I think we're gonna say the same thing. The other debut, the other return.
Yes, sir. The return. The real reason for the women's evolution. It's evolution. Eva Marie is back. She was just posing in the car from all I saw, and that was it.
I thought you were going to talk about the other return.
The other return.
You don't watch main event?
Oh,
Don't hinder Jinder.
Oh man! So why would Jinder return on main event with a stable?
And
put that
crush
on.
Jeff Hardy.
right.
Jeff was on main event.
Yeah. He put it on his
came
Instagram
back.
and everything. He was proud of it.
Jeff's gotta leave, man. That's not it.
Yeah. A year ago, you was talking about getting his new theme song, going to Mania.
Yeah.
That ain't happening no more.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The plans might have changed on that, but if even Marie, she better have improved in the ring. That's all I'm gonna say. Because at this point, they have too many other women that are just so talented in the ring. So we'll see.
So if she goes back to being just her pretty self, like as a diva, and they use this term evolution,
Yeah.
I don't get how anyone can honestly think WWE cares about women's wrestling. I just don't get it.
Yeah, and we'll get into that a little later. I had a few takes on what they've been doing with the women lately. That I don't know. They're kind of reverting back to their old selves with some of these quick matches, but we can get into that a little later. I want to move on from Monday Night Raw because
it's Raw.
Yeah. But on to Tuesday night's NXT. This was my show of the week, man. I'm not gonna lie. Opener, you got Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve Scott. Isaiah gets his new faction. He's been killing it. He was playing with Leon Ruff's life. Just what a banger to open the thing, man. I hope they push Isaiah Swerve Scott now. He's very talented, very smooth in the ring, and he's playing a great heel role. I've never seen the side of him. And then quickly, I'll talk about my boy Cameron Grimes. Keep getting haunted by the $1 Million Man. I'm loving that. It's so funny. It's great. And then for me, the moment of the night was the main event. Candice LeRae finally getting WWE Gold as she becomes tag team partner with tag team champion with Indie Wrestling, Indy Hartwell. And she had a nice springboard elbow into the table, man. I was digging that. Yeah. Zach, NXT, man, what did it do for you this week?
It did it all for me this week. NXT was the show of the week. It was easily just, I don't know, it was well-rounded. Everything was good. They're really showing off Swerve well, and that's the way you close a show right there. Yes.
Women in the main event, man, and I'm so happy for Candice getting some gold. Austin Theory's left in the win with no gold in that faction. He had a run-in with Scarlett that was, she didn't even have to talk. She just plays it so well. Her facial expressions, and we know he's going to be facing Karrion Kross next week. He's about to get his ass whooped. That was a great promo between them, and then Karrion Kross later on with Balor, Pete Dunne, and Kyle O'Reilly. There's just so much they can do with that main event scene right now, man. It's amazing.
Too true.
Eric, what do you think about NXT?
I really like that breakdown Karrion Kross had with all those challengers. They're all main event ready. If you go on Instagram, you see Johnny Organo posting about Candice LeRae winning. It's such a cool thing. Like you forget that they're heels for a moment. He's proud of her. It's long overdue. So I'm happy for Candice. I'm happy for Indy. It was a feel good episode.
Yeah, it really was, man. A lot of good stuff happened there. LA Knight had a good match with Jake Atlas. I'm digging his finisher. He really knows how to sell it. I think I've seen other people do it before, not as well. Saray got a nice victory over Zeta Ramir. Not Ramirez, like I misspoke last week with Zeta Ramir. Another good match.
I misspoke. That was me
now. Tony Storm is still going after Zoe Stark. She cut a promo in the background. So we will see, man. And Walter is pissed the fuck off. Imperium better get it together. You do not want to see that. But yeah, NXT was show of the night for me. Anything else from you guys?
Just that next week we're getting Alexander Wolf versus Killian Dane, Sanity reunion of sorts.
Ooh. The last remaining members. Actually, Nikki Cross is still there, but she's been in MIA for a bit.
Yeah.
Were you guys surprised Finn Balor came back to NXT? Were you think he's going to go to the main roster after that loss?
I feel like when he does go back, it'll be like a goodbye. Like he has to get something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no point in holding back now. Time to go into the biggest controversial moment of the week in wrestling. AEW Dynamite. Blood and guts. A lot more matches than we thought would be on this card here. The big pay-per-view did it over 1 million, so shout out to them. But we had Nakazawa dripping in gold, man. I dug it. We're going to talk about that later as well, because there was some controversy with that. But him and Kenny Omega, who walked out on him versus Moxley and the future tag team champions, Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Can't even say his name. Eddie Kingston. They got the victory there. The Bucks came out, did their thing. They all beat up Eddie Kingston, and I don't know. I'm still iffy on that whole storyline. Cody, QT had their match, tapped him out to the figure 4 lock, all bloodied up and that good stuff. Who was it? Britt Baker had a nice match against a rookie. Beat her 1, 2, 3, smiled in the camera, stuck her tongue out. She is Baker Jordan out here going on double nothing face of Karushida, and then the main event happened. Eric, you want to kick us off, man? That main event of Blood and Guts. We did stream it, by the way.
We did. Check it out. The match, honestly, it had a great start. We've got the two teams coming out, and they agreed to be gentlemen and not attack each other outside the cage, even though there's supposed to be a personal feud. Sammy starts it off against, I want to say, who was it Spears or was it
Dax?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep.
Dax.
Dax.
Right. It started off. They have a good fight feeling. Sammy just goes out the gate over the top rope. And as time goes on, they just lost pacing, man. Like Sammy had great spots. He had the Spanish Fly, of course. He had the coast to coast. But then they really lost focus. He kind of went by the wayside, especially when Jericho came in. The production just wasn't there. They did not know who to keep the camera on. And that finish, which we will discuss.
All right, and then Zach, you're taking the show and then Blood and Guts.
The show, a lot of these feuds didn't work for me to begin with, and like the Kingston Moxley stuff doesn't really work for me. I don't know. The QT Marshall thing, if he's supposed to be the head of the faction, why is he losing already? And you're just going to build up to a Go-Go who I get he's got a name. I get he's got a presence and everything like that. But for people like me, I don't know who he is. So to a casual viewer, they might not know either. So it's just weird that that's the big payoff for a guy who just does one punch. So that's you go ahead, man. Unless
this faction is going to have one of the younger guys take over, this has an expiration date for me. I don't see this going too far with QT.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Britt winning is always going to be gold. There's going to be at the next pay-per-view full fan attendance. That is easily why they're setting this up for her to finally take the title. And Blood and Guts, man. Eric, I think hit all the right points on there. And I think he left out was all that picture-in-picture.
All that picture-in-picture.
So I did get a chance to rewatch it commercial-free after our live stream. You can check it out on the channel right now. Over 2K views. Thank you, guys. But AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts, when I watched it commercial-free, I got to see a lot more of Sammy. And I don't mind that some of the guys in the beginning weren't big of a presence later on because they had their time in the beginning. That was a time to shine, and they knew what was going to happen at the end. So I get why they went about it that way. Sammy was the MVP. Sean Spears, great job. This is probably his most high-profile match ever. And then Dax Hardwood, man, he put some work in, man. He had a nice spine buster. He was the workhorse there. Him and Cash were bloodied up. It felt gritty. It felt like a war. Some of the camera angles didn't work for me, but all the credit to these guys who put the work in. Wardlow was a beast. It took 3 guys every single time. Well, actually, hold on. It took 3 guys most of the time to take him down. So it really made him look like a beast. They built him up well. But then Jericho comes down and just hits him with a quick, I don't know, choke or whatever. Short arm clothesline, knocks him down real quick. Which I don't like that continuity. You gotta keep it going here for everybody. Jericho should be able to take him down
twice.
Yeah, it shouldn't be one guy. Keep Wardlow looking big and strong. Unless it's Jake Hager, a big guy like that, I can see that. Right. But I really enjoyed the work they put in. It was the production, and they've been kind of dropping the ball in production with the camera shots for forever. I've been saying since the first episode where they missed Ray Phoenix running across the ropes and kicking somebody, and you cut to someone just standing there. You gotta get that right because that really hurts the work the guys put in. Overall, I don't think it was better than any of the old school War Games matches or any of the NXT ones. Besides the first NXT War Games with Sanity and a few of those guys, I think that might have been on par, if not better than that match. But the push, safety or making it look good? What do you guys think? Did that really ruin it for you?
It really kind of took me out. I understand what they're doing, and that's fine. I mean, Jericho's 50 something now.
Yeah.
So and landing on your back. Okay. So I get that. All they need to do was do where a hard cam should be, and it's still to look cool. You could still have the camera looking up at MJF. That really ruined it. The announce team calling it concrete and steel and all that shit.
Yeah.
It was cardboard. And it was just ridiculous looking. And the other thing that really just kind of took me out is their build up for this match for Blood and Guts. They're basically saying they're going to kill each other. And now after this happened, everyone's saying oh, what did you expect them to kill each other? Well, they kind of said they're going to. I don't expect him to do a Mick Foley spot. I don't at all. But have the wherewithal to get your production in line and do a better camera shot.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because I don't expect them to do the Mick Foley thing either, but they really could have had that moment, like I think I forget who exactly brought it up, but if they swapped per people with it being Sammy Guevara instead of Jericho, Sammy would have took a more risky bump.
Yeah,
and they could have had that big moment. This could have been a huge payoff. I did see they posted like a top 5 moments from last week, and they cut around the Jericho fall, and they made it actually look better. It's just a shame that could have been what we saw the first time experiencing it.
Right.
But Eric, any final thoughts on this Blood and Guts we did live stream?
So I saw this post on Facebook where someone was like, we don't want the actors on Game of Thrones to get burned alive by dragons. We just want it to look good.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what it is here. Like, either change your camera angle. That's the first option. But honestly, even that, I don't like how at some point you'd have to zoom in and we still see the cardboard. So
yeah,
make the hole a little deeper like WWE does. They do this spot all the time. It's safe as hell, but you just don't see the damn cardboard.
Yeah.
Or better yet, you have Sammy G. He could still be the one who's like, "Don't, we quit. We save Jericho. We give up." And then at the last second, he pulls Jericho away. MJF pulls Sammy and pushes him off. He could have had both spots. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much they could have done better than this, but it sucks that you have to watch a Snyder cut to see how good it truly is.
Right.
Truly, man. Truly. We see Shotzi take it to fire for one of her gifts.
Yeah.
Falling
And
back
it was
into
Baszler who said that Game of Thrones thing.
That was Baszler.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
And if you want to say Game of Thrones, they actually did set their people on fire to make it look good, but safely. Just make it safe, make it look good. I don't know. They got the money. It's not like they're like, I don't know, an indie show or something like that.
Right. It's weird. That picture-in-picture thing, man. They seem to think it's the greatest thing in the world, but it just kills their matches.
It doesn't work for me. Like even with like the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match we said, or it was regular matches. Like I don't watch in picture-in-picture. It's just too much.
Right. And something was just off too in the beginning when they're doing the Kenny thing that was drawn out way too long. I honestly don't think he should have a microphone right now. Don should be doing the talking.
That's right. Yeah.
And the mural thing. So that day, Tony Khan said the full second hour is going to be blood and guts. So something, I don't know what went on, that it was like an extra 20 minutes until they got to the match.
Yeah.
But, the match, the first half was pre-taped and the crowd watched it on a screen. So they don't like, I don't know why there was a delay on it. It was just weird.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
5 people. We have experience with this. 5 people watched the whole thing and then they got a refund because of the pre-tapings.
Yeah. Which I think Tony Khan did say that in the beginning of the show. Like he said, we will give some refunds. Which that shouldn't be a thing. I mean, obviously, like, give refunds, but like, you can do a little better. I don't
watch the whole show and then you just go at the end and get a refund. Fuck you. Watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
5 people.
Oh man. Yeah, for real. But yeah, that's AEW Dynamite. If you want to rewatch it, check out our stream. We got it going up there where you can watch along with us and hear our thoughts live. But let's move on to some quick stuff before we hit SmackDown. Zach, you catch anything NXT UK?
No, I didn't. Busy week, but I did catch ROH.
All right, what's that ROH like?
Again, man, they're doing more storylines, and they ended the show with a match I'm sure you'll appreciate, Knock. But in the beginning, the Briscoes took a loss to Flip Gordon and EC3. Brian Johnston got interrupted by Danhausen, who Eric, you're going to be a fan of. Danhausen gave him PCO, and PCO beat him. Danhausen, you read his tweets, right, Eric? Every now and then?
Every now and then.
Watch any interview with him because he never breaks character. His tweets will be even funnier with that voice.
I dig it.
And the main event, Quinn McKay versus Angelina Love.
Yes, sir.
I didn't even realize how much I missed women's wrestling on ROH until this happened. I don't think there's been women's match in like over a year.
It's been a while.
Angelina Love won. Good stuff. Good stuff seeing Quinn wrestle. That was really cool. Hope to see more of it. But yeah, that's ROH.
Did she use her bicycle kick for the finisher, or did she do something else?
Oh, I think she used something else. I could be wrong.
Okay. She should do a really nice bicycle kick. I actually like it. It's a Botox injection. But that's Ring of Honor. SmackDown is up next.
Actually, real quick, I actually do have NXT UK.
Oh, you did?
Surprise.
Eric, my boy, came in the clutch.
So first match, we got Elia Draganov versus Dave Mastiff. Elia Draganov would beat Mastiff to the point where the referee would have to stop the match, and the Mastiff cannot continue.
Can this guy have a regular match? Jesus.
I think Mastiff was even busted open. So it's Draganov is just He's something else. They're pushing him soon.
Yeah.
Tyler Bate and the A Kid has a segment. They're leaning towards them having a feud. Trent Seven versus Saxon Huxley. Trent Seven moving by pinfall. And Kenny Williams would face Amir Jordan in a no DQ loser leaves NXT UK match, where Kenny Williams would win via pinfall after a headlock driver onto a chair.
Damn.
So Amir Jordan is no longer on NXT UK. Maybe he'll show up on NXT.
I hope so. Yeah, I did see that ending actually. That was a good match. But the Okada Omega that's happening right now, the Michaels Taker, Ali and Mustafa and Mustafa Ali and Ricochet on main event. If you're missing out on this, it's being promoted by all the superstars around the world. It's being promoted by them. They're doing promos. They're doing videos. But WWE's not really promoting it. But it's on main event. They're killing it. Check out they just had their second match, I believe. So I don't know.
The fact they had a second match means WWE's catching on to it slowly but surely.
Yeah. It shouldn't be this difficult. But if you tell me Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali, I'd watch that as a main event on any show.
Right. Yeah. Check out, go on Ricochet's Instagram. You'll see a bunch of wrestlers just being impressed by him. Like a lot of them are saying that he's found his voice a lot. Like it's cool to see. A lot of wrestlers appreciating it.
I'm glad he took it into his own hands, started cutting his own promos and doing the videos himself. Because he's great. He's one of the best in the world. Like you forget that, you know.
Yeah.
But
but you know, when you're hyping up that match, I thought you were talking about the flavor of the month match, the biggest match of the year so far. 6 stars. Shingo Takagi and Will Ospreay.
Oh, wow.
It's being talked about as the best match of all time now.
I still need to watch that, man.
Damn.
Yeah. They actually did get the 6 stars?
They got 6 stars, yeah.
Wow. I need to check that out. Ospreay, he's been killing it, man, as champ. He's the guy.
Yes.
So if anybody did see it in the comments, let us know how it is, what you thought of it. But I will be watching that this weekend. I'll let you guys know next episode. SmackDown, the final episode of the week. No fist, all graphics. I could do better graphics than that on my computer, but okay. But SmackDown, we got the return of Jimmy Uso. Oh man, he's joining back. It seemed like he's going to join the Tribal Chief, but he's not going to be someone's little lapdog. He said he's not going to be your little bitch. So that's what Jimmy Uso is all about. So we'll see if he really integrates with Roman Reigns, whose side he's really on, or who's going to turn on who. Would you want to see a Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso match if that comes to it?
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah,
I'd take it. I give him a chance.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really watched twins fight each other, so I don't know how that will really go. They really change up their look for me.
Yeah,
you get confused, but I think they'll kill it, and I think it'll be a good pit stop. I think Jay eventually should join them. I think that should happen, but I think it'd be a nice pit stop to have him ever. I mean, what's this WrestleMania Backlash card? I would love to see these guys on it.
We've got the triple threat match for the Universal Championship, Braun, Drew, and your boy Bobby. We've got Asuka, Charlotte, and Rhea in the triple threat, and the Mysterios versus Buddy Murphy and Ziggler.
Yeah.
There's another match I'm forgetting, but
gotcha. But yeah, I think they would fit right in. I think they would steal the show if they had a match. There's a few. Okay, so remember when Mark Henry came back in 2011? He had the Hall of Pain. He was going for the world title. He was having the moment of his life.
Yep.
That is Tamina right now with match of the night with Reginald.
Oh my goodness.
The most it ended at a DQ, but it doesn't matter because it was exciting. She looked powerful. Reginald put her over. It was great stuff, and she's gonna win the gold very soon, man. She's the biggest babyface in WWE right now. Shout out to her. Shout out to Bayley and Bianca for having a great promo segment. You know, it's getting violent with them. I can't wait to see their match. What else happened on SmackDown? Okay, I'll let you guys hit it real quick. Then I'll talk about the biggest travesty on the entire show. It was a criminal act that happened in the main event. Zach, how was SmackDown for you?
SmackDown was very odd. If you're going to use the fist and go that route with SmackDown debuted in the Attitude Era. Why are they using the 80s logo?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a point.
Yeah.
It was fine. It's just, I don't know. They don't understand what they're doing for Retro Night. They had a vignette with Pat McAfee coming out of the car dressed as Vince McMahon from the 80s, and they cut it. I guess so they could show replays more. Yeah.
I did like the opening thing. They did like all the superstars from today back in the old opening. That was kind of cool. So I give him credit for that.
And I love Teddy Long, so that's good.
Yeah, Teddy Long was cool. Cesaro, really nice match with Seth. Eric, how about SmackDown for you, man?
I can't believe you guys are burying Michael Cole wearing the No Mercy outfit. But you know what,
Oh
that's
yeah,
fine.
he did do that. He did do that. Yes.
Yeah, it was good. We have the Ray fight Dolph on this one, or was this
It was Dom.
Dom?
He
That's
subbed
right.
in.
Yeah, it was a good show. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Mysterios are gonna get this one? Get this tag win?
I think they are. I think that's why they kind of took the street profits out of the scene so the faces can get it from the dirty dogs, the big heels. I think it's time for them to lose. The dirty dogs are very underrated, though. I don't mind them as champs. They haven't had good matches because they don't get booked, really. Yeah. But I think the Mysterios do win it, but why do you do it here instead of Mania?
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's still WrestleMania, so that's probably their thinking on that. But nice promo by Dolph. I like how he included Ray in that, and like that was really smart. Dolph is a very smart guy in the mic.
Yeah.
The only problem I'm gonna have, like, if we do get Jay versus Jimmy, is that I'd love to see the match if we could skip them, like all the storytelling in between, because WWE does not know how to write for twins or siblings. Nikki versus Bree, that was just awkward. Matt versus Jeff, the matches were great, but in between the storylines were So if Roman and the Usos can somehow be in charge of that creatively, I'd be fine with that. But I don't want to see Vince write another storyline for twins. Yeah,
we'll talk about it again on the news rumors, but they've really taken proper care at Roman's storyline. Like it's very like it's not the same process as the other storylines, and you can tell the difference. But the biggest criminal act of the night, once again, Shinsuke getting pinned by some bum. Baron Corbin pinned Shinsuke in the middle of the ring to win the 10-man tag team match. My boy Shinsuke, what's going on, man?
That's ridiculous.
That was a sour note to end the show.
Just a coincidence, I guess, that we have a 10-man match after Blood and Guts, but hey, that's what it is.
Well, there's another one coming up on Raw, so.
Oh boy!
Wow.
When you got to put people on the show, yeah.
But yeah, shout out to everyone on SmackDown for doing their thing, even though, again, production's halting some of these wrestlers. Any real quick before we go to news and rumors?
I forgot to say this during the AEW segment. It was just because she is a rookie. I wanted to give her a shine, and just for everyone. Britt Baker did beat Julia Hart. That's who it was. I just want to say her name just so she can.
Yeah, I would love to see what she got on Dark, man. I'm sure she'll be having some matches there. But on news and rumors, that brings me into it. I'm glad you actually brought that up because that ties perfectly in. So Julia Hart had Britt Baker on AEW. That was a quick match, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and that's fine because she's a new face. She might not have been wrestling long. It gets her some shine, and they're going to use her on Dark and all these other shows. But these past few weeks on Raw, and someone pointed out on Twitter, I got to get the name. I'll put it in the description. She has a big channel. They've been really cutting down on these women's matches. They've been having like 1 or 2 minute matches. We've seen it on Raw. Forget who it was. But recently on SmackDown was Carmella and Ruby Riott with a 1 or 2 minute match, ended really quickly. And the difference between that for me is these are two like legit wrestlers right here who have a presence, have a face. Why are you giving them such short matches? Why are you reverting back to the old days? So that was a big thing that was coming up this week. Other things I did see that happened. Let's get back to the trusty list. Ricky Morton, tag team legend, just won the tag team belts with his son in Dayton, Decatur, Georgia. So that's a big thing. Shout out to him. Did you guys see any other news and rumors before I finish mine out?
I'll add one thing to that first point you made about them going backwards. As much as I've preached that this evolution is shit and they don't really care about women's wrestling, the thing that really cements it, because like I was holding on to the fact that maybe someone somewhere cares, but the thing that really cemented it was when Naomi even got her own hashtag, and all they did was give her 2 weeks of like interviews with Miz and Morrison. At that point, I was like, not even social media can save these women now. It's an internal thing.
It's so weird how NXT is the same company.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got a few. One too about that throwback thing. That was a Fox thing. They're doing that with the whole weekend of sports stuff. Like I think like NASCAR is all throwback too. So they might have been like, "Hey, this is what I'm familiar with because I'm an old fuddy duddy. I never watched the Attitude Era, but who knows? Maybe WWE thinks otherwise." But Young Rock got picked up for season 2. That'll start production, I think, this summer. 7 New Japan wrestlers tested positive for COVID, additionally to the other 2 earlier this week. And WWE edits Daniel Bryan out of a clip where Walter names his dream matches.
What?
Said his name like I think more than Roman Reigns' name on SmackDown this week.
Yeah.
Then they edited this clip out, so I don't know if it's just official that he is going to be leaving WWE and doing his hopefully his indie tour like Knox said. But yeah. Other than that, tonight or whenever you watch this week, the Booker T A&E biography is going to be up and running. I'm very interested in this. Last night I watched the Randy Savage one. I watched the Piper one, and I missed the Stone Cold one. But the thing with the Piper and the Savage one, there are better ones out there. So A&E is using what they're given. They're given stuff by WWE. It's the very basic if you know the stories already. So if you don't, they're good. But if you know the stories, then you know there's other avenues that they didn't tread. But it is only an hour, so they do what they do.
Okay, fair enough. I get Daniel Bryan might not be with them anymore, but it's just a bad taste in my mouth to edit him out of anything after all he's done.
I think it's because they're going to start pushing Walter more, and I think they want to use that clip. But if they are doing a full edit like that, then that's just fucking weird.
Yeah. There was one thing. So on the Young Rock front, I just saw the article saying I haven't watched an episode of it yet, so I don't know the scene it's referring to. But apparently, the last scene has something to do with The Rock's mom, and The Rock came out and said that was unscripted. So,
oh shit!
Wow.
I have
Rock's
2 episodes left in that, so I'll let you guys know.
Oh, please do.
Okay.
And there was something else, but I guess it's not important. So, oh well.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember this. Once we stop recording, it's gonna piss me off. But real quick before I move on, Heels. You saw the trailer, Eric. Let people know about that one.
Pretty good. So the vibe I got from it is that Stephen Amell he and his brother, their father was a big promoter, big local wrestling star. Life is not going their way, so they want to try and bring the promotion back. I don't know. It just seems like sound like Rick and Morty. Just two brothers trying to bring back some of the family legacy, and it looks like. I mean, Steven obviously has interests, has dipped a toe in the wrestling world. So it seems like they're using terminology, they're using actual moves. It could be on the level of Glow where they go deep into it.
Yeah, I hope they do the thing, man. That's news and rumors this week. Let us know if we missed anything, if there's anything you want to talk about. We appreciate any comments you got. But moving on now from that, quick push or shove. Then when Zach has a segment for us. Well, thanks for rocking with us. This is West Coast Pop episode 56. Push or shove is here. Like you mentioned, Walter listed some of his dream matches. One of those guys was the Swiss Superman Cesaro. Walter versus Cesaro, next year's WrestleMania push or shove.
I could push that. I'll push Walter at WrestleMania with anyone. I'm fine with that. Okay.
Yeah, same here. And I think Cesaro would take some of those chops pretty well.
Gosh, he would. That'd be brutal. Next one on the list, the return of Jey Uso is here. So now I think they should bring Naomi over to fill us up completely. So the Usos and Naomi versus the Street Profits and Bianca Belair.
I'd push that. I'd push that, but I don't make that the end game for Roman's faction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. But it'd be a good sidetrack, I think.
Oh yeah.
I'd push it. I don't know. I'd try to recapture that magic that they have with the New Day and ask them how. I give the Usos and the Street Profits full control and be like, I want you to be as good as that New Day feud.
Yeah.
Oh man, give them another Hell in a Cell match. Oh
yeah,
good.
If they have all 6 of them in the Hell in a Cell, they can somehow work
that'd be
that.
cool.
Yeah.
But if they keep having family members come over, he's got to come over.
Tamina. Yes, sir. Tamina, Nia Jax. Speaking of the Tribal Chief, would the Tribal Chief take over in the Attitude Era? Push or shove?
No. I think because I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking on my ass. I feel like it takes a lot of resources to make this Roman work. And I don't think they would give all that resource to one person in the Attitude Era. There's so many stars.
Yeah, it was overflowed, man. You got The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H back there, Michaels, Taker.
Yeah, it's nothing against Roman. It's just
Yeah, it's tough to say. It's a very I don't know if it would work in the Attitude Era because he speaks very PG, and I think that's what's more menacing about it. He's not just spouting off swear words.
right.
That's a good point too.
So,
Yeah, it's a different era for sure. That's just a quick push or shove. Again, if you guys have any of those you want us to read off in the air, let us know in the comments below. But that'll be for next week. Zach, what's going on next segment?
this segment, I want to talk about people who should be getting pushed. We're finally seeing Cesaro now. What's his name? Humberto is getting a bit of a push on Raw now. I just want to talk. Who do you guys think in any of these federations here should be getting pushes? Who's been overdue? And I mean, like, people want new people to be pushed over, and just because they're there. I am from the old school where I say people usually should kind of pay a length of dues before they're really pushed. But is there anybody that you feel should get the Cesaro treatment?
I mean, Cesaro was the poster boy, so
Yeah, he was.
And I will say this too. I think AEW does a great job in putting wrestlers on each show because the main people aren't always on every week. They do a very good job of almost like the Avengers in the first Avengers movie. Like everyone gets screen time. It just seems like someone is always going to be a star. You had the women tag match headlining your show on Tuesday night, and it was great. Yeah. So there's to me, it feels like NXT is possibilities. I feel in AEW there are possibilities, but I feel there's too much going on in AEW where I think NXT has more focus.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say maybe Sami Zayn. I think it was time for him to get a world title at some point. I don't know where that would fit in right now because of two strong guys, but I would like to see him get a nice push. But
and now Sean Spears is finally getting some push too. So
yeah.
Again, like the two guys we said earlier, Mustafa Ali and Ricochet. Why aren't they on TV every week with how good they are?
Right. That's another thing too. Does Vince see that as TV? Like you're on TV, and I know some of these people they'll even say like when they wrestle on main event, it still matters to them because they can still perform for people, which is what they want to do ultimately.
Yeah.
As much as we mock 205 Live and main event, their international market, they eat that shit up.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a professional, you got to care about what you're doing. If you don't care about them, why would we care? So.
Right. She, I don't know if I'd want to win the title, but her entire Raw career, she has like had weird support ebb and flow. So I want Dana Brooke to do something with the main title. Just be a storyline. I don't know if she would win or not. Play off the crowd. Because for some reason she gets support like randomly and people get behind her.
Yeah, I can see Dana Brooke.
And then AEW finally did it with a guy that I've been wanting them to do it with for a while, but Brian Cage. No, not Miro. Cashed out on Miro. But Brian Cage, it looks like he is finally going to be taken seriously and given a proper push. He should have been given a proper push, I think, right out the bag. But
yeah. I mean, it's like they kind of did. They put him in like the world title picture when I gave him the FTW belt. But then like over time, it just felt like, oh, that was a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of right now.
They're
the Riot Squad. They've been busting their ass. Why aren't they getting pushed? They should have won the belts by now.
Yeah.
I mean, just said Ruby lost in 2 minutes.
Yeah, Riot Squad is a big one. I know you love Tamina, but like the Riot Squad they're the next ones. Not Tamina and Natty. I want Natty to get some. But like, Riot Squad.
Should the Riot Squad go heel again? At this point,
I think they have too many heels.
And I hate that mentality. That's like they're not doing anything wrong as faces. it's not them. It's WWE.
Yeah,
it's just like when Bray Wyatt had to stop doing the cult character. I love that character, but he wasn't doing.
I just love his promos.
This is kind of way in the past, and I know Johnny Gargano is a champion now. His whole faction's really working out, but I always wish that face Johnny got more. His championship reign was short. Like both reigns were short. He never really won his feuds.
Yeah.
So if I can go back in time, I'd fix that.
Okay.
Sorry,
I want to say like Breezango, but this again, they get shine on NXT. They're not on every week, but they are on, and they do have good matches. So
yeah, and when they're on, I think like social media buzzes. They like them.
Yeah, they're good in their role, what they're doing, and they won the belts. They got that on their resume now.
How about Hook? Has Hook earned his time in the sun?
I got to see him on Dark first. I got to see him in a match.
I hope the kid does well, but from what I've seen on Dynamite, let's give him some more time.
No, I'm just Josh.
How old is he?
Can't be. Idea. He must be young.
19, 20 maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. Looks like.
Oh, Caden Carter, Casey. Do you think it's about time they
can rival with Oh, I don't think so.
No, I do think so, but now with the title change, it feels like that's further away.
I think it's further away. I think it'd be a good first challengers. I think I would see them rival them for it be like the first ones. Get some NXT takeover shine. Next takeover, be the first ones up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wouldn't lose. It wouldn't hurt them to lose, and it'd give a nice rub.
Yeah, because they said they're moving on from their current storyline.
Good.
They mentioned it like on the show this week, so I mean that's it is good for them. Hopefully they get pushed, and it was nice to see. This kind of reminded me of why I brought this up. Seeing Jake Atlas on NXT, I kind of forgot about him for the last couple of years, but then there he is again. So they do want to use the talent that they have in NXT.
Yeah, they're good at that, man.
Is there anyone you watch Dark? Is there anyone on Dark or Dark Elevator that?
I want to see more from Baron Black. I like his stuff. I used to watch he used to post some YouTube videos back in the day, but he's a pretty good wrestler. I've seen some of his indie stuff. I'd like to see a little more from him.
Did you ever play the 2K19, 2K18 like story modes?
No, I haven't touched any of those.
So I think like your main like villain, your mentor, his name is Baron Blade, and every time I hear anyone mention Baron Black, I'm like, nope, you gotta change that name now, buddy. 2K ruined it.
Yeah, they did. I think he used to go by. I think he flipped it. He used to go by Black Baron, and then he chose it to Baron Black. I think it's some like Nintendo reference or something though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with this Cesaro push, I realized something. So, do you guys think Cesaro actually takes the title off of Roman Reigns at any point?
Oh no.
Okay. So my problem with this push is they obviously know people like Cesaro. They know people like Finn Balor before NXT. They know that enough to only push them when it doesn't matter. Finn Balor only got his rematch when Roman Reigns won, and we all knew he wasn't going to take it off of him.
That's a good point.
So I'm happy for Cesaro, but I wish these pushes weren't just we'll give them what they want, but not when it really matters.
They did it for Rusev too when he had that throw it. Does anyone remember he had a WWE title match against AJ Styles?
Right. Yeah.
No one remembers that. They just threw that away.
For that.
Yeah. And that killed his whole push.
Yeah. I mean, this is the time of year to be doing that after WrestleMania. This is the time I know personally, I and a lot of other people say, why don't you push this person at that time? Why don't you do it after WrestleMania where everything's kind of dead anyways?
Yeah.
But you're right, though. It's just the predictability of it. We know he's not going to win, so it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah.
Hopefully this keeps them in their mind, but we'll see.
Yeah. Maybe go for the IC belt later. Enough.
Yeah.
He should move on from the IC belt. I think now he's above the IC belt, but
yeah.
But that's it.
All right, good segment, man. Yeah, hopefully let us know in the comments if you think someone should get pushed that we might have missed. There's a ton of talent out there, man. Even in different promotions from AEW and WWE. But before we get to the main event of the week, every week, Promo School, we got Eric with one last segment. Let's jump into that real quick.
So basically, if you've been watching, I'm high on Raid RK Bro. They just work. It's funny, it's hilarious. Every time Real finds like a more serious person, his comedy just gets better and better. So I don't know if it gets better than this. I'm gonna give you guys 4 names. You tell me who you think they should or could tag with. And then after that, it's just a free-for-all. Just name off any tag teams you can think of.
Cool.
Okay.
First off, just because we were talking about him recently, if you had to put Cesaro in another tag team, where would you put him and with who?
Ooh. Well, he's so the king of those mixed match tag teams.
Yeah.
It was.
Just because of rumors, I'd say Tyson Kidd.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That'd be nice to go back with him. Just because this guy's not really doing much right now, I think it'd be kind of funny. Him and R-Truth. The Swiss Truth.
I can't see that.
It would be almost like Killian Dane and Drake Maverick.
Drake Maverick, yeah.
Like, take it seriously.
I think he needs like a funny guy.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I think I'd cheat. You take Tyson Kidd, or I'll have Sheamus again for one last run.
Mm-hmm.
Next person, we've got Ricochet.
Mustafa Ali. We're putting on the best matches
Great
around.
tag team.
That would be. It'd be the MVP Matt Hardy of the day. It's two rivals coming together.
That'd be nice, actually. I would dig that. I would push that to the moon, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But for the sake of being different, he did have a short-lived tag team with Cedric Alexander. But who's a big guy not doing much right now? Probably put him with someone like that. I wouldn't put him with Strowman. That'd be terrible.
No.
Yeah.
Good and Evil, Ricochet, and The Fiend.
Does Ricochet have to have his own Fiend character, or is it just Ricochet?
I think it's back to that little superhero gimmick he had, all that whole outfit and whatnot. Joker, Batman.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I'd watch it once.
Yeah. I'd be like, they better hit it out of the park week one.
One night only.
Yeah, I think you're right putting with a big person. Maybe almost. Maybe after AJ's done. I mean, almost probably gonna go singles afterwards.
Yeah, but they both can't talk. Like that much.
That's true. If Ricochet's finding his voice, but also almost showed like when he's with the New Day, how the New Day kind of just like talk, like they're not actually giving promos, just them talking.
Yeah,
almost was trying to do that. He was trying to match with them. So we'll see. Maybe there's something there, or maybe he's just reaching. I don't know. So we'll see.
Okay.
Third person, we've got, let's say, Shinsuke.
Oh.
That's tough.
I don't know. I just want to see him with the main title.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll say Murphy.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Shit,
Yeah.
where is Murphy?
I don't know.
Oh man, I'd go Shinsuke. Well, Seth. Shinsuke and Seth. Not this gimmick, of course, but
Right. Thought about it. It would be cool.
Yeah, they could do some good tandems.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know who it should be? Shinsuke and Dominic.
Shinsuke and Dominic.
After Ray.
Yeah, after the
have a
Mysterio
run,
stuff.
I think that'd be another good kind of like mentor, so Ray can go and maybe do like one final hurrah in WWE.
That's a good point. That'd be a good person to learn from, a different style too.
Yep.
Could you imagine getting trained by Mysterio and Shinsuke? Oh,
Yeah.
That's a resume.
The match with Seth, I'm sure, taught him. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm trying to think who's also funny that could work with Shinsuke.
I think KO maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. For the sake of it, let's go KO. Let's go with that.
Okay.
And finally, let's go with Drew McIntyre. He's lost the Backlash. Now he's got to go for the tag team scene. Who's he teaming with?
Him and Dolph was actually pretty good. They were a little underrated. That was a good tag team.
Mm-hmm. Maybe just put him with Sheamus and they just go roughshod through.
Oh
everyone.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I would go back with that. Drew and Sheamus.
That's true. Yeah.
I would dig that a lot. But just to be different, call it Pete Dunne. Drew McIntyre, Pete Dunne.
Ooh. Okay, so I had the same idea.
You did?
I'm calling up Drake Maverick. I want even more extreme version of him and Killian. Just Drake gets rolled over every match, just tagging Drew.
Actually, there's a faction you guys might know about. It was Drew McIntyre, not Tama Tonga, but his partner Tongaloa and Eli Drake. So maybe call up LA Knight, put him back with Drew McIntyre for another run.
What company was that in?
Impact. It was when Drew debuted. So I got the Impact history, man.
All right, now just a free roam. Any tag teams you can form right now. Anything that is half as good as Raid RK, bro. It could be men, women, anything. Because I'll start it off with Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy.
Say Darby and Jeff.
Man.
I think when you think of a strange pick, you think of something that would be funny together.
Right.
That's what I'm kind of thinking of.
I think Wardlow and Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
Just the spots that they do because of how agile Wardlow is.
True. Yeah, he is. He is. I think the last one I'd go about the two role models, Britt Baker and Bailey.
Oh,
that'd be fun.
That would be really cool. Yeah. If there could be a cross promotion, those two would have to.
Yeah. And they wouldn't have to like each other. They can have like the little rivalry going too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would dig that.
Like what Sammy and Jericho started out as, but better.
Yeah.
I think
they
that.
would kill that. They would.
All right.
Yeah, it was a good promo. Let us know if you guys have any mixed matched people you throw in there as well. Intergender, men, women, any promotion, all that good stuff. Put those comments in. But the main event of the evening, Zach, take it away to promo school.
All right, on promo school, I'm going to piggyback off of the other segment here. Everyone gets their shine now from talking smack and Raw Talk. It seems like that's where the big payoffs are for people on promos when they should be on the main shows. So is there anyone you think is in like dire need to do one of these big promos on there? And what do you think of people's promos on here? Because I'll be honest, you have like Peyton Royce, so I'm like, damn, that was good. And then you have Tamina, where I'm like, damn. Yeah. So let's just go first. Who do you think has given the best promo on these shows?
Oh, The Miz. He's the one I always think about. Oh, actually, he might have got topped by Big E. Big E might have topped him, but it's between one of those two.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Miz. You still think about his, just because Daniel Bryan sold it off really well. I think that's what Miz had going for him.
Yep.
Like that felt real.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is there any that just like, because you only hear about these when they're really good. So I mean, sometimes I'll watch it, sometimes I don't. To me, the Tamina one, I don't know. It felt like she was trying a little bit too much. Like she had planned it and she wanted to hit certain notes. So it didn't really work for me, but I'm glad that WWE's using it, I guess.
I mean, I guess there's a pressure that comes with it now. Like,
there is.
Knock it out of the park on Talking Raw or Smack, then you're going to go far.
Yeah, unless they release you like Peyton Royce. But
yeah.
I thought KO did great work there. He was on it quite often, and he'd have this little banter with Renee Young where he just like gave her shit, and he had a good promo with him and Jericho.
Mm-hmm. He was really good with Paul Heyman too in that storyline.
Yeah.
So KO's been really well. I don't think anyone. I don't remember. Yeah, you don't remember the people who were just really.
Right. I mean, it happens every week, so.
Who do you think needs it? Like, who really, really needs it?
Ricochet.
Yeah. Since you've been saying he's been finding his voice, that'd be a great way for him to shine there. I kind of want to see what Ruby Riott would have to say. She's very talented in the ring, and she does not get used to her potential.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think I've heard her talk that much either on promos. I can't remember like her getting much time.
Not in a long time.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. So like all these promos on these shows, the ones that you remember are like the very passionate ones. I'd almost like to see someone do something different to stand out. I don't know, like R-Truth when he's on, he has a very good mix of playing with someone who is being passionate and joking. He's very good on those shows.
Yeah.
It's like to see him take the lead and almost bait people to speak a certain way or tell a certain story or like promote themselves other than just being like almost the my time thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too late for this, but I would have loved to see Samoa Joe take a shot at that, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man. Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy. I forgot if he's actually gone or if it was kayfabe, but is Roderick Strong around?
I still don't know the thing about him, if he's gone or not.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
He would need it. He needs something. What's Bobby Fish doing?
Is he still injured? Or
He might still be injured. And he's going to get lost in the sauce.
what does he come back to? He's a damn good wrestler. It's just
It's
wish it
just
was
the
a
Cole O'Reilly took off so much that you don't really need the other guys right now, and they haven't used them. So I don't know.
Mansoor, I guess, could also use it just to get people behind
I
him.
want to hear him. See what
I
he can
think
say.
so.
Yeah. He really I've never watched or seen anything with him besides like the first Saudi Arabia thing. He's very well spoken. I think he has potential.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is there anyone that you think, other than Mansoor, this will be the end of it, but anyone that you think you would definitely tune in because they show every week who's going to be on Raw Talk, who's going to be on Talking Smack.
Yeah.
Usually it doesn't interest me because I'm just like, I know what they're going to say. Is there anyone that you think is still in the company that you'd be like, oh shit, they're on? I'm probably going to tune into this.
The one they had this past week was probably the closest. I was like, oh, maybe I will check it out, but I just got burnt out. It was like Drew, Charlotte, maybe Sheamus. Like it was people who actually like already in the big spots.
Yeah. I'll give you two. One that I think could have used it that left that's not in the company anymore would be Chelsea Green. She's really good. I think that would have helped her reestablish herself.
Yep.
And then if you tell me the Tribal Chief is on, I'll watch him.
Okay.
That would be a pretty big addition.
Yeah.
Sonya. She's in there.
Sonya. Yeah, she's the only one I'm really thinking of because the only one I'm thinking of otherwise is NXT, Santos Escobar.
Oh,
yes.
I would love to see him do a non-storyline promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, for someone who's been behind the mask for so long, man, he cuts a hell of a promo, man. And this guy's killing it.
He's so good.
He is. Well, when he gets called up, they better not drop the ball with him like they have for so many others.
Yeah.
The last person I'll say I can think of. Again, it's so hard to talk about him because I don't know what his status is, but Velveteen.
Yeah. I don't know what they might have found, but it's been so long now. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. Those are good shows. I'm glad they brought him back. Obviously the best time I think was when Renee Young was there. So but that's Promo School. That's our episode 56. Thanks for joining again with us, man. We appreciate all the people supporting us. We're up to 450 subscribers, 50 away from 500. Then we're halfway there to 1K. Once we get that, we can start talking to you guys more. We can use the YouTube thing to chat with you guys, see what you guys want, do polls. So hopefully we get there soon, man. We appreciate everyone. Eric, any final words? What's coming up, Al? What's going on?
Oh, what's coming up? We've got a possible NXT stream coming this week, brought to you by Zach, I believe.
Hopefully, my old ass can figure it out.
Who knows? Maybe if you can't figure it out and you want to do it anyway, let me know, and we could do a duo NXT stream.
Okay.
We might have it. I don't know. We haven't planned anything out yet, actually. Besides that, so I don't know what we've got.
Oh man, your host is just throwing everything at you that we don't have. But more Resident Evil 8 live streams if you're into that game. I'm gonna keep them going. The walkthrough, we're gonna look to beat it on hardcore mode. That is a game. Tier list is gonna be coming. We're gonna get more tier lists out for you. Things been a little bit since we got the last one. Big things popping on the channel, man. Keep an eye out for us. Zach, where can they find us?
They can find us, and correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, looking for the 24/7 championship. Where has this been? This championship that USA wanted so badly. I'm guessing it's been over a month now since it's been on TV. I don't know.
That
think
is
so.
correct.
And in
It's
the commercials.
the last few times I've live streamed Raw. Every time I look at the time, I'm like, okay, third hour, it's time for a 24/7 championship. Let's get it over with. But it doesn't show up. So you are absolutely correct.
So much for 24/7. Keep checking out the channel. We appreciate you guys. Peace out, y'all.